Greetings from Canada. I'm very pleased to have been asked to be part of this auspicious occasion. I hope you're having a great evening. It's amazing to reflect that it was some 48 years ago that a rather shy and pale-faced 16-year-old Canadian sleepily sauntered off that jet at Telemarine Airport and into the warm and sunny embrace of June and Norm Thompson and others. I'll never forget the bear hug June gave me that day. June and Norm were my first host family, and they were my counselors for the year, and a lifelong bond resulted. What an exceedingly memorable year it was. I moved on to live with the McClures, the Griffiths, the Knights, the Powells, and Kevin and Ilma Thompson families. What a wonderful kaleidoscope of Australian family life I encountered that year. I was always warmly embraced by the host family and by every member of the Werribee Rotary Club. I greatly enjoyed attending a number of meetings that year. What a gregarious bunch of blokes. Always a joke and a slap on the back. Sorry ladies, that was before the time. My year was so memorable from many perspectives. I even had the opportunity of being involved in an auto accident, this with the Knight family. No worries, Ian and Jenny, it wasn't your fault. My resultant broken collarbone did slow me down a little bit from playing cricket and Aussie rules, but in the end, all mended well. Funny thing was, maybe that event was seminal in my life, for I went on to have a career doing rehabilitation work with people who had been in auto accidents. I well remember downtown Werribee in those days. It seemed quite quaint to me, the shopkeepers most hospitable. Now, on this particular day, I accompanied June to Tino Balan's butcher shop. I remember Tino across the counter, much friendly banter ensuing. Well, June was working through her long list and Tino was diligently providing the necessary meat cuts. She finally got to the last item and then things suddenly went sideways. Tino kept presenting meat cuts, but June was rejecting them all. Tino was most patient, but I recall the shuffling of feet and the mumbling of voices in the growing line of wannabe customers behind us. June, in her indelible way, took no notice. Finally, Tino was able to present some cuts that passed muster. June was most pleased, and a collective exhale was heard from the line behind us. On leaving the store, I asked June if these cuts were for some special meal or occasion. She retorted, "Heavens no, they're for Prince." Prince being their beloved bulldog. I was so smitten with Australia that in 1974 I took a year off university and returned. I ended up working for 5 months at a sheep mustering station outside of Werribee, Victoria. What an experience that was. It was hard work but great fun. At the end of that time, I visited in Werribee and then traveled the rest of Australia, and then for the remainder of the year I traveled around the world. Best education I ever got. And to top it off, I was in another car accident in Australia, but fortunately no serious injuries. In December 2009, my family and I traveled to Australia. We spent 3 marvelous days in Werribee, reconnecting with the Thompsons and others. Although June was starting to fade at that time, she still gave me a big bear hug and a kiss, and tears flowed from both our eyes. June and I had kept up a running correspondence for some 4+ decades. There was a lot of catching up to do. After that time, we traveled for the remainder of the month in Australia and had a marvelous time. My last Rotary-related tale is the best tale of all. After returning from Werribee in 1971, I was asked by the Rotary District to organize a dance for about 100 incoming and outgoing exchange students. I accepted the challenge. And it was at that dance that I met a pretty young lass who was just heading off for Denmark for a year. Well, as they say, the rest is history. Edie and I have been married for 38 years now, and we have a 36-year-old son, Sean, who is a writer and currently living in Mexico City.
Happy 50th anniversary, Werribee Rotary Club. May you have many more. Cheers!